So you're probably familiar with this brand, Centrum. In 2001, I was the brand manager on this brand. So I worked at this company, Wyeth, and Centrum was the brand that I managed, so I was the brand manager on this business. And that was the package. And I looked at the package and, as all brand managers probably at one time do, say maybe I should change the packaging. And when you look at this packaging, there's probably a lot you can change. I mean, you can say it looks old, it looks dated, it looks like it's from 1972. Blocky letters. The whole thing about the brand was we were supposed to be advanced. Yeah, we were very much about like advanced nutrition, science of nutrition, and that didn't look too scientific to me. So I said, hey, let's change the packaging. It took me a year to change the packaging, change the logo. Crazy, right? A year. And I changed it to that. Now, it doesn't really look that much different. I mean, it doesn't look a whole lot different. Font was like italics. I think I moved the rainbow forward. It was more forward-looking, more advanced, more advanced. So that's the old one. That's the new one. We launched it. My boss loved it. She'd wanted to change the logo forever. It was viewed as a big win because it looks fresh, updated. Took a year. It took a year, this project. I have no idea whether people liked it or not, meaning outside of our building. Inside the building, everybody liked it. I have no idea whether a single consumer liked it, noticed it. I had no feedback. But then this Saturday, I was on my phone and there was a little alert that popped up that mentioned this thing about the Gap. And it had mentioned that Gap changed their logo and that the people were very upset about Gap changing their logo. So then I looked into it and I saw what they did. And they were, Gap, the Gap logo has been around for like many decades. Gap is a super valuable brand and globally, right? And they changed the logo pretty dramatically, more dramatically than I changed the Centrum logo. But I promise you that there wasn't an article written about my Centrum logo the next day. Not only was there an article written about this, they changed this logo last Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5 days later, they changed it back. And they changed it back because they were listening, or not listening, because of all the comments that were on the different social networks. Different blogs, a lot of Facebook posts, a lot of tweets. Like if you run a business, or if you own a business, or if you run a brand, whether you're on the agency side or the brand side, and you don't think that the rise of these networks have fundamentally shifted the way that not only we as human beings communicate, shifted it forever, not only shift the way we communicate, but absolutely shift the way that we influence consumers and consumers influence us, and that it doesn't need to be an element of your marketing mix. I can't think of an example that's more stark. So what I did was I reached out to someone way smarter than me. Samir Balwani is an extraordinarily brilliant guy as it relates to the space of digital and how brands can better leverage digital. And I read his stuff, and he has a way of explaining things in a very straightforward fashion. So I wanted to ask him about this and kind of go back to some of the basics, as why is it that more brands are not leveraging some of these tools when obviously, we're certainly communicating in a different way, as this points out. I think you'll love the episode.